So in this video, I'm going to demonstrate how we can use PostTrans to allocate receipts very quickly against outstanding invoices in Sage 200. First of all, I like to get these videos brisk, so press spacebar to pause and arrow left on your keyboard to rewind slightly. Okay, so how did I open the template for a start? I'm on the PostTrans toolbar, press help, and if I type in there receipts, you can see list outstanding invoices, manually allocate receipts. Double clicking on that will open approximately this template here. So what's the structure of this template? It's slightly overcomplicated really, because a lot of the columns are not actually required. You can actually cut this down to a lot smaller thing. Of course, you can hide some of the columns without removing them. So if you're in danger of thinking you might break it, just hide them. We have a help link at the top here, so if we double click on that, that takes us to our website, and you can see here some lovely screenshots of how it all works, plus these videos. In the header section of our template, we have several fields here, and you can see in the bank account field, we've got listed our ISO currency code like GBP and then 1. So what that means is pound sterling is bank account 1, euros is bank account 2, and US dollars is bank account 3. Now, in a minute, you'll see PostTrans extract the debtors list. It will only extract the debtors list for those currencies are specified up there. So if you're using multiple currencies, you can have different templates for different currencies, or just roll them all into one. It does actually require the receipt to be in the same currency as the invoice was originally. We can see here it has match by. That is set to manual at present. There'll be another video that covers the other options. Basically, you can bring in files from an external system and get it to allocate automatically against outstanding invoices based on a reference, a unique reference that identifies that invoice for that account or within the system. But anyway, as I say, that's covered in a different video. And we can also set the tolerance here. So if I press space and tab away, you can see all of the options. This is our in-cell searching. So I'm going to select exact and anything less. PostTrans uses row 28 series of tags in there to denote what the data is in each column. So we'll see this all come alive any second. And we can also see we've got a value here. Of course, this can be rolled up so the user don't necessarily see it. But that's because there's a formula in here. And when PostTrans extracts anything to a spreadsheet, it copies down the formula. So as you'll see in a minute, that formula will be used to calculate the days outstanding on that invoice. So let's press the extract button. And that's just saying, do you want to extract the outstanding invoice? And let's just press yes. So now that's talking to Sage 200 and populated the spreadsheet with outstanding invoice data. So what have we got on the template here? Well, we've got whether the transaction type and the account code. So we can see there all our different accounts. So if you had a stack of receipts, you could just go down, find the appropriate value. Of course, you could apply auto filtering standard Excel functionality to find the appropriate invoice. Here's the invoice ref and the second invoice ref on each invoice, the actual invoice date and its due date, I believe. So we've set that to the days outstanding on the right here. Oh, I think this really should have been formatted as a date, but anyway. And there's the value outstanding. So if I had a receipt for this company, and look, we can see they're in euros. Obviously, their account name is actually Euro Trading Account, but let's just say, let's just type in there, I could allocate 3,000 against that. Oh, sorry, let's type in 3,000 as the value, 3,000 euros. I'm going to allocate against that one invoice, and I'm going to put the reference as SAM1. And down here, I'm going to allocate 359,546 to SAM2. And of course, we could copy and paste the value across using Control C and V, standard Excel functionality. So that's put 3 receipts. So what PostTrans will do, it will scan down here looking for any values, and then when it finds it, it will look for the invoice number. So basically this column here, this matching column here, that's the actual invoice number. So that's what it will use to match the invoice to the new receipt it'll import. Now let's import those 3 receipts and allocate them against the outstanding invoices. I'll just press the import button on the PostTrans toolbar. And now PostTrans has just come up and it's just said, well, you read the debtors list in, which it stores into memory. So what it uses is kind of a memory cache of all the outstanding invoices to match off as quickly as possible. So it's not continually firing queries at Sage 200. Do I want to refresh that list? Well, not really, because the likelihood of it changing in the last few minutes is very low. But of course, if I'd say populated this first thing in the morning, and I'm going to post it last thing in the day, then maybe I would like to refresh that list just to make sure it is actually current. So I'm going to hit no, and you can see there it just scanned down, and you can see there we've got our 3 transactions there that we saw earlier, and I can now post them into the system. So I think it does this per account, so we only had 1 account there we put some allocations against. So if I press post transaction, that'll post 3 receipts and match them off. If I had a whole series, I can just say don't ask again, or in the setup window up here I can actually turn this confirmation off. So now I'm just going to press post, and we should see it's now posted those 3, which it has done, which is good. And over here it's actually written the URN of the receipts it's posted against and the values. Okay, so we can see there the URNs the receipts is allocated to and the amounts. But if I go into the history, so this is actually the transaction URN number. So 2243 we allocated 3,000 against 2243, which is this transaction here, and you can see there it says 3,000 euros was allocated against that one. 270 is that one, which is 3,568. Of course, if I look at the other one below, there's nothing allocated, just in case you wonder why the screen hasn't changed. So then 856, the one ending in 856, which is that one, which is 4,228 euros. So there we can see we've brought in our receipts successfully into the system. Now, if it finds any errors, like there is no outstanding invoice number, it will actually opt to show you the debtors list. So you can actually trick it into showing you that by saying, let me just, if I go extract and I say don't populate outstanding invoices but show me the debtors list, it should now read the debtors list from Sage 200. Oh, it's just appeared on a different screen, and show in a spreadsheet. So this is basically the debtors list that PostTrans is using in the memory to match off the transactions. So you can just double check what it's reading against, what you're hoping to see if there's any errors or you can't work out why something's not outstanding. A little bit of diagnosis. So I hope you can see that's pretty quick at matching off transactions, etc. So that I think concludes this video.